What's missed by most philosophers, I've never heard any philosophers say this, is that the one thing that cannot happen after death is nothing, or nothingness, or just this kind of lack of experience forever. This is because, by definition, nothing cannot be experienced, because it is not a thing. If there were nothingness after death, the ness implies a value to it. There's this nothingness, and it would be, we would have to imagine something. Most imagine a never-ending black void that is silent, and somehow it's like you're full of Novocaine. You're just numb to everything. But these things cannot happen. Like I said, you can't experience a lack of experience. Only experience, with a capital E, can be experienced. One experience or another. So death can only be followed by some sort of afterlife, or reincarnation, or what is known as generic subjective continuity. I've explained GSC in many of my videos. That's a huge focus of this channel. I suggest watching my most recent short on that, which is called How to Get the Teleporter to Work, where I explain that if you want the teleporter in the show Star Trek to actually work, you'd have to do this thing, and it would be the only way to ensure that your consciousness, or the consciousness that you want, follows your death. But so either death will be followed by some sort of religious afterlife, heaven, hell, nirvana, just pick one, or like I said, reincarnation. It has to be one of those. By definition, the one thing that cannot come after death is a lack of experience. If it can come after death, that makes it an experience. So this is something that all atheists have failed to notice or say. Alex O'Connor, Sam Harris, Richard Dawkins, Christopher Hitchens, Matt Dillahunty, and all theists have failed to notice this as well. They may believe heaven comes after death or whatever, but they fail to notice that even if they're going to criticize the atheist worldview and say they believe that nothing happens after death, then they too have failed to notice that only something can come after death. Like I said, only experience, capital E, is experienced. And so if you're afraid of endless nothingness after death, that's not something you should fear. So again, watch my videos on generic subjective continuity. See you next time. Thanks for watching.